Hi everyone, my name is Jenny and I'm a CA over at Manzanita Hall, and today we're going to be talking about HIV transmission prevention. And I'd like to say that this might be an unusual kind of conversation, not your typical everyday conversation. So I'd like to thank you for taking some time in your day for being here and listening to me. I'm going to be talking for around 5 to 10 minutes, so if you have any questions, feel free to stop me anytime, interrupt me, raise your hand, anything like that, and I can answer any questions you may have. There are bathrooms right outside those double doors out there, and just go whenever. No need to ask or anything like that. So I work as a CA for a freshman building. So one of the things that I find very important for the residents to know is sexual health and safety. So today we're going to be talking about HIV prevention of transmission, and I like to say that there's no cure in the world for HIV, but it is 100% preventable. So this leads me to this little phrase I like to say: choose an A, B, C, or P to protect yourself and your loved ones from HIV. So we're going to be talking about what A, B, C, and P refers to. Let's start with A. Can anyone guess what that might refer to? What word it might mean? So it means abstinence, and this definition of abstinence is a little bit different from religious definitions. This one will refer to just no penetrative sex, oral, vaginal, or anal. In religious terms, it means something very different, but for the scientific, very strictly based for the HIV prevention, it just means no penetrative sex. Other activities that show love that aren't penetrative sex can be kissing, hugging, even mutual masturbation. There's no risk of transmitting HIV through those, but for penetrative sex, oral, vaginal, anal, there is a risk of transmitting HIV from a HIV positive person to a negatively tested person. So that's for A. Now for B, since it's A, B, C, or P, we're going to move on to B. So B refers to being faithful. In the US, we're mainly a monogamous country. So in the US, this would mean you're mutually committed to one partner, and in this case, communication is key. It is important to know your own and your partner's status, and it's just communication between two people, understanding where they stand on this matter, and exclusive dating, things like that. There are parts of the world outside of the US that are like polygamous, so that is also just communication is key in that case as well. But it just means like being faithful to one partner or how many partners, just having a mutual understanding about that for both sides. So that's for B, being faithful. And for C, this one, can anyone guess what that might mean? So this one refers to condoms, using condoms during sex. So that would mean having protected sex. You can use like latex condoms. There's a lot of areas that provide free condoms, such as if you're at ASU, the health center provides free condoms. You can also go to Devils in the Bedroom, a club mainly on Tempe campus, I believe, and if you just email them during COVID times, like they'll give you free condoms. Nicepackage.org also provides free condoms in like a plain brown box, and it's a free service, I believe, just in Arizona though. So you just have to do some research about that. One thing I'd like to say is please don't use an oil-based lubricant with latex condoms. It can cause holes or little pores in the latex condoms, and if there's holes in them, it renders them useless. The liquid semen and pre-ejaculate can get through that. So it is important to remember to use water-based or silicone for latex condoms. Remember, if you guys have any questions, please stop me whenever and I can answer them. Or you can email me after. That's totally fine. So we've gone through A, abstinence, B, be faithful, and C, condoms. And remember that the little saying is choose an A, B, C, or P to protect yourself and your loved ones from HIV. The last one we're going to talk about is PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis, mainly in the US. Some other countries won't have this, but for us in the US, we do have this option. And it's basically medication for people at risk for HIV transmission. You take it daily after talking with a doctor, and a lot of insurance plans cover PrEP as well. So that helps out with like cost and stuff. I like to say that all of these methods in preventing transmission, everyone is maturing at life at a different pace. So we all, if we like to prevent HIV, we might be using different methods at a time. Someone at their stage in life might be going for abstinence, and so that's their way of preventing HIV. Or someone else could be using PrEP. It's just important to use one of these methods to prevent HIV transmission, but as we're maturing and everything like that, we could be switching from one method to another method. But now that we've gone over everything, I'd like to have everyone say it with me again. Choose an A, B, C, or P to protect yourself and your loved ones from HIV. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. If you have any questions, catch me after this or email me.